Throughout majority of my siblings and myself's lives, we were being left home alone by our mother. She had 5 children by 5 different men. Only 4 of her children lived with her at this time. One of her children had been given up for adoption. We lived in several different cities. But no matter where we lived, we were still being left home alone. I was the oldest, and I was the mother figure in my siblings' life. Our mother paid the rent, paid the utilities, and bought the groceries. But it was me that took care of our small home and took care of her children. I kept the house clean. I washed and ironed their clothes. I cooked their meals and I rationed out the food to last. I made their lunches for school. I got up with them in the mornings to make sure they were dressed and ready for the school bus. I combed my younger sister's hair. I was there waiting for them when they got out of school. I signed their school notices for field trips. I helped them with their homework. I would pop them old-fashioned popcorn at night. I would bake them homemade cookies. I gave them medicine when they were sick. I rubbed their bellies when they had an upset stomach. I would take them outside and I would sit on the front porch and watch them play in the front yard. I would discipline them when they were being bad. I would wipe away their tears when they would cry out for our mother. I started being my younger brother's and baby sister's mom since I was 9 years old. I am now 16 and I am still their mother figure. And I only go to school whenever our mother makes an appearance. My high school would send my mother frequent notices about my school attendance, but they would go unanswered. I remember a school truant officer coming over to our home several times due to my attendance, but I have no idea what my mother's excuse was to the reason that I was missing so much school. The school would send me schoolwork to do at home, and I would do my schoolwork. But our mother would not send in my completed assignments because she was hardly ever home to know they were completed. So nothing changed. She would continue to leave us home alone, and I would have to continue to miss school to care for my younger siblings. If I were going to school on a regular basis, I would be graduating the following year. There were several times that our mother would not pay the rent on the homes that we lived in, so we would get evicted. On a few occasions, the sheriff would come and have us to get our things out immediately. We had our belongings put out on the front lawn once, and all our mother would do is move us to another place. She would have some of her newest boyfriend's friends to move our things into a U-Haul truck. But once we got to the new place, and once they placed the larger, heavier things in place, she would leave with them, and I had to unpack everything myself. I would create a new place for the dishes, and I would even hang pictures on the wall. I would spend the next several days unpacking an entire home and putting things away. And I was just 16. And I was caring for my younger siblings by myself. Every time we would be forced to relocate, we were enrolled in a different school. One day, the mail came, and I saw my name on 2 letters. They both were some sort of bills. It seems my mother was using my name on her electricity bill and some leased furniture, and they both were overdue. A couple of days later, a furniture truck arrived at our new home. There were 2 guys at the door when I opened it. The first guy put his foot in the door as soon as I opened it. He asked, was our mother home? And I informed him that she was not home. So next, he asked for the person whose name was on the leased furniture, which was me. I stated I was that person. Both men looked at each other and said something that I could not hear. Then the first guy stated that the living room furniture lease payment had not been paid in a couple of months, and they were there to collect the back payments or they would have to take the furniture. And since he still had his foot in the door, he was not going to allow me to shut the door. So, since I did not have any money to give to them, they just walked in past me. I was only 16. What was I to do? They started loading up several pieces of furniture from our living room. Then they asked me to have my mother to give them a call whenever she got home. Well, several days went by and our mother arrives back home. She then starts blaming me over her furniture being taken away, saying that I should have never opened the door. She took no fault as to not paying the bill for a couple of months. Well, after about a month, she must have paid the overdue balance on the furniture because they brought it back out to our home. Well, I had my 17th birthday. Our mother went and bought some cake mix in a box, frosting, candles, and some vanilla ice cream. And I had to bake my own cake to share with my younger siblings. So, after I baked and frosted my cake, we placed the candles on top. My siblings sung happy birthday to me. My siblings and I had cake and ice cream, but our mother was nowhere to be found. School was due out in a couple of months, and I should have been graduating. My school sent our mother a letter showing how far behind I was in school and stating I would have to go to summer school. Another letter stated that I would be allowed to walk through the graduating ceremony, but I would not have a diploma given to me. The black folder would be empty. I thought it would be nice to go to the ceremony just to witness the experience, but our mother thought otherwise. On the day that I would have graduated, she never came back home. So I missed out. Not only on graduating, but even to have the experience of walking across the stage. Miss B, why has my mother made my life so hard at such a young age? I am so sorry for the life your mother has thrown at you. You had to become a mother to your younger siblings at an incredibly early age. Because of your mother, you all have moved around multiple times, even getting evicted. It shows that your mother messed up her own credit, and now she is starting to mess up your credit while you are still underage. You will be the one that has to clean up your credit once you become an adult. Your mother did not seem to care if you got an education. Your mother is very selfish and only seems to put herself first, not her children. If you enjoy my videos, please hit the like and the subscribe buttons.